Atlanta Strong seminars are the turbo boost needed. Dive into strategies that make community growth as easy as TikTok. Packed with real deal tips on funding and partnerships, it's like having a cheat code for economic success. Attended one, and it felt like leveling up in a game. Suddenly, everything just clicked. Join now and watch your community thrive like a viral trend. All right. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Secure Your Energy, and you're here with your host, Miss Lashley. You can call me Miss Grace. You can call me Lady Lashley, whatever you're comfortable with. Please, guys, bear with me. My microphone fell off. Thank you. I want to say, first and foremost, I want to say love and blessings to everybody on this beautiful Wednesday. I want to first send a shout out to the Fulton County Library for hosting me every Wednesday at 2 p.m., where we bring to you live and in person, live online and in person, economic development concepts for you guys to take with you and enhance, okay? So today I'm glad to announce that we are in session 3 of our economic development seminars. In the first 2 sessions, we highlighted concepts such as budget and savings starting at home, what is generational wealth, I do apologize, assets versus actual liabilities, not just the basic. We talked about mindset. We talked about relationships. And we went on into session 2 to get you ready to make a robust, amazing, fantastic business plan. And with that, I focused in on some of the concepts we're going to talk about today. I'm just going to re-innovate some of that. But my main 2 areas of business plan I wanted to share with you guys, which I feel a lot of people lack, is financial analyzation and market analyzation. And now the third part, we're going to move into part 3, which is assets, acquiring assets for your business, actually having some type of assets or portfolio set up while you're making your business plan. So when you go to these lenders, they can see that you have something set up as far as bringing collateral to the table, and they see that you have an innovative mind to move forward to bring more foundation and stability to your business. Okay, so this is what we're here doing. So today, we're going to be going into assets versus liability, mastering the mindset again, but this is going to take you right into particular assets that you may want to acquire, and attach them to your business. Not just attach them to yourself, attach them to your business. Make your business more lending ready, okay? While you're building up your personal portfolio. So some of the things that we share with you in the next couple of weeks is literally embarking in alternative real estate to add to your portfolio. So that's my bonus for my economic development seminar for you guys, and we're going to talk about it. All right, but before we do that, I just want you guys to remember the importance of some of the things that we talked about as far as structurizing your business plan. It's very important to have these particular topics within your business plan and you crush it. That's why I said everything that we talked about here, we gave you actionable concepts so you can take that and plug it into your business, your lifestyle, what you want to make your own. And again, it's just one step at a time. Creating a business plan can seem overwhelming, but I'm telling you, if you take it one step at a time, you'll be able to create a business plan up to 30 pages. I promise you, I have done it and I have created a successful business plan, and that's what I want to show you. So remember, the things that you want to keep in your table of contacts. We just going to talk about the subtopics of your table of contacts. And remember, we hit these concepts already throughout our seminar. One of the things is your executive summary, provide the general overall plan, the meaning, your why behind it. We talked about your why when we talked about how to assets versus liability in the beginning. Your why, how are you doing this from transitioning from your budget and saving from home and bringing it into your business and creating those same practices. And your why is actually fueled by what? What's your why? Once you have your why and you have a structured way of approaching it, then we can move forward. And that should fall under your executive summary. So again, every business plan has a table of contents. So this is some of the things you want to have in it, which is a background and a history of you. Who are you? What makes you an expert in your field? Well, why should they lend to you? you want to give them a briefing of who you are and your brief history in your particular field, okay? Or even if you're transitioning, business goal and objective. These are the things that you want to bring to the forefront. And within this paragraph, you want to give them a brief synopsis of what's going to happen in the first year, the second year after you get your lending, and the third year as you grow. And this should be in your brief synopsis. But when you go back into financing and marketing, section that we talked about is going to enhance that particular portion, which is business goals and objectives. Okay. The next portion that's very important for you guys to have in your business plan is a description of your product, and the services. And that's going to go and trickle into marketing. Description of your product's going to be there, how you're going to be able to get it out, distribute it, what's the easiest way, how much it's going to cost. So these are kind of brief introduction to other parts of the business plan that you're going to enhance. That's why I said the two most important parts that I want to highlight here for you guys is marketing, how to do marketing analyzation, and financing. Marketing, not I'm not talking about marketing your product. I'm talking about market analyzation, and that will help you market your product properly. That will help you represent your product properly. That will help you understand what competition is doing. Okay, and remember, when we say competition, friendly, everything is friendly competition. We don't hate our competition. We pay attention to our competition. We get together. We talk about it because we're all in the same game. And this is the way I think that a lot of business owners in particular fields should do, instead of looking at someone like they're against me. Because sometimes you can build bridges together with someone that is going to take both of your products to another level. Okay. So remember when we talked about assets versus liability and relationships, very important. Now, moving forward, we're just hitting some of the things that's supposed to be in your business plan before we move on into session 3, where we're going to talk about acquiring assets, and that is in the next 2 weeks or so, we're going to go into alternative real estate. All right, so again, the next concept that you want to have in your table of contents is market description assessment. That's part of market analyzation. Hey, this is how much I possibly can make. This is how many people saturate the market. This is where I'm at. This is why you should support me, because I'm bringing this new product or new thing to here with this particular type of culture vibe or my niche. Okay. So that's part of it. Competition assessment, marketing strategies. There are going to be subtitles that's going to fall right under there. You're going to be able to build, build, build. And then you want to think about manufacturing plans. Again, that is all dealing with your product and services. So manufacturing plans should be under your product and service. How does it manufacture? How much does it cost? How much per unit would you sell? What profit would you possibly make? And this is going to go into the financial part. Okay, so these all connect to each other. Again, moving on, like I said, the manufacturer plan, you move on to pro forma financial analyzations. Again, we already know what documents we're using. We already profit loss. We're going to already use assets versus liability. We're going to talk to end-to-date um, gross income and all types of stuff. We already got those in the bag because in the beginning of the seminar, we were teaching ourselves how to do that at home. We brought these practices from home and bring this into our business, and now everything is cool because we already got a method. We already had our priorities together. Does that make sense? That's why I say it starts from home. It starts from what you do at home and how you teach your generations, because we want to open a business that we can pass down to our next generations, or at least put it on automated for those to make it easy for them to manage. This is what we're doing here. And lastly, always a contingency plan. Everything is flexible. Never think that it's just always one way to enter a market or one way to do things. A contingency plan. And yes, that can be added to your business plan. A lender will love to see that. They were like, oh wow, they even came up with a backup plan right now. They love to see that. We want to answer every question a lender can ask before they ask it, with a well robust business plan. Okay, so now we're going to get to our topic of today, which is basically rolling us into session 3, where we're just briefly we're briefly touch securing your financial energy, assets versus liability. Again, I just want you guys to remember some of the main things that we've been doing here for the last couple of weeks. That is, we wanted to shift your mindset, the true definition of what makes you rich. That's what we wanted to talk to you about. It wasn't just about money. It was about building connections. It's about keeping people accountable. This was the way to the roads to riches. Accountability with yourself, with your partners, accountability with society, how to identify real wealth building opportunities. And the only way you're going to be able to do that if you know how to analyze the market. Look at it from a real critical thinking perspective and not from emotional perspective. One week we went over that. Throw the emotions out. Throw the emotions out the door. Throw the emotions out the door. We went over that so many times, and that's so we can think from a higher level. Then we went into crucial mindset shifting, needing the financial growth. So that right there, the only way that we're going to meet the need of the financial growth is shifting our mindset. So we did a lot of that, and now we're going to shift our mindset into, okay, we budget, we save, we got a nice business plan, we know what the product, we kind of know how we're going to be moving forward, we see our competition, but now we want to put some extra foundations on our business plan. We want to get some assets. What assets can be easily acquired right now and that's very stable? And to me, what I'm going to always do is push is real estate. It's either real estate or gold. Those are things that don't move as fast in the market. I talk to you guys about having a diversified portfolio, getting into, make sure you have a 401k, Robinhood, whatever way you can do it. But I need you guys to make sure that you have foundation of something that is liquidatable, liquidable, okay? And over time. And a lender, if they see you have assets like property, they're like, okay, we have something that could secure this loan, even though it's unsecured. Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes them look at you as more lendable. Okay, so again, within these seminars, we were talking and showing you practical ways to turn liabilities into future assets. And that's what we was doing, and that's what we're going to continue to do. All right, so I want to say thank you for being here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lady Lashley. You can call me Lashley. You can call me Grace. Whatever, just don't call me late. Okay. Now let's move on in what we're going to be talking about. Four keys building a business that secures assets. This is session 3. We want to secure assets while we're about to be going through the lending process. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. So let's get to it. We have the PowerPoint on. We're going to do first session is going to be the PowerPoint, and then we're going to move on into more of a talk session. You know how we do. 4 keys building a business that secures assets for investment. Develop a clear business plan. As you see, we already did that. Could secure business plan. Focus on building strong cash reserves. That's what we're trying to do right now. We already got an idea what our income is, where the income's coming from, what is our base spending at home, what we have to save, 20% going, 10% going to our business, 5% going to our savings, 5% going to something we like. We talked about that already. Diversifying your asset base. We're going to get a little bit more into that. Implementing effective asset management practices. This is just a rehash of what we already talked about. Okay. Yes, we're going to drill it down because these are actionable concepts that you should be able to do every day. Reinvest profits for long-term growth. And that's where we fall at. A lot of us get the money. Go and get the money. Go and get the money. As soon as we get the money, we spend it because we worked so hard. Now it's time to vacation. Is it? Is it? Not in the first 2, 3 years of your business. Now, I'm not telling you not to have fun, but you better make sure you have fun on somebody else's money, not that business money. Okay, reinvest, and I do understand there's are things that happen and we just have to compensate for a short time, but our actual goal is to reinvest whatever money from our business, we put it back in. All right. Again, now, okay, let's just get deeper into these concepts. Develop a clear business plan. We went into that just a little bit more. A well-crafted business plan is the foundation of any successful enterprise. This is what I've been talking about. Plan, baby. You can get a clear idea, but be adjustable. Okay. It outlines your company mission, vision, strategies for achieving your financial goal. How we're going to move forward because things can get cloudy. especially when you have so many moving parts at one point once your business get taken off. But you can always go back to your business plan like, okay, rehash it. Maybe I have to change this, but we supposed to be here. So let me just move on to this part. Oh, I forgot that I was planning on doing this. That's why you have your business plan, okay? A comprehensive business plan should include a description of your product and service, again, market analysis and target audience, again, comprehensive landscape and comprehensive advantages, as well as what is the disadvantages and how I'm going to work around it. Does that make sense? Comprehensive landscape. Oh, we read that. Sorry. Organizational structure and management right now. If it's just you want to plan for next year. Next year, I'm going to have 2 people who I actually contract with. And I did that with my business. I said, it's just me doing all this marketing, learn about it. I'm going to go on Fiverr and I'm going to have 2 people that contract to help me. One's doing marketing on social media and one's doing it by email. Again, that was part of my business plan. It was a little step, but it was a step towards the right direction. And that means that you have possibly 2 1099s going out if you spend more than enough. You already got sub workers. Okay. Yep. Plan for it. Plan for it. They love it. In 2 years, I'm gonna have this. And then if it don't happen, you can adjust it. Marketing and sales strategies. You got to have that, now it's not down packed, but you have to have an idea. Guys, I'm going to tell you that's not the easiest thing to do. Myself, that was one of my weak points, marketing and selling. I'm a really direct person. I'm like, hey, you need this. This is what it is. I'm more so a lecture person, a teaching person. But again, I had to bite the bullet, talk to someone who could teach me how to do Google ads, learn how to do it, paid a little bit of money, learn from it, and move on. And now, today years old, I know how to do things in marketing that I didn't even think I'll be able to do. So this is the things that you have to do right now. You have to expand your horizons and always want to learn something. No one knows everything. You always want to learn something. Okay. Financial projections include revenue, expenses, and cash flow. That's from the beginning. Keep that in mind all the time. Revenue, your projection, you always want to look 6 months ahead about what will possibly happen. Oh, my product don't sell good in the summertime because it's a winter product. So maybe I want to sell more units during the winter, um, during the summertime because the winter product. Maybe I want to sell more units in the summer, so winter time, so I give good bargains, so I can get a good projected revenue. And then summertime, I just have regular price, and then I'll put some sales on before the winter come and get them there. Whatever you feel works for your market, but you want to project that in the beginning or continue projection, always evaluating and reevaluating and reevaluating. Okay. This business plan is adjustable, guys. I want to say thank you for being here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lady Lashley. Guys, I hope you guys can hear me nice and loud. I am talking to through 2 mics right now. Thank you, YouTube, my YouTube family. Thank you, my Facebook family. Again, we're just here to give free information and to change the tide so we can be the new leaders in this new world that's coming. We can't let it just keep going the way where it's going, where these big corporations are running everything and doing everything. So these seminars are geared for you guys to be young leaders, new entrepreneur leaders in this economy. Okay. So focus on building strong cash revenues. Cash revenues are the lifeblood of any business. Even if you have to do a little bit selling something on the side. For instance, when I started my waist trainer business, passive weight loss, I actually started selling keychains that had, the little self-defense things. And I had a little niche like, hey, things going on, God. I was a night nurse. I was selling those. They had the little ball on it. It had the mace. It had the knife. And I'm like, hey, protect yourself, ladies. But you should be healthy too. How you going to defend yourself if you're not healthy? I got this waist trainer with passive weight loss, and we just rolled the conversation on over. Sometimes you got to have things on the side to add. So remember, be diverse. Um, Remember, cash reserves, whatever you can do to try to generate a little bit at a time, more and more, just try it. Okay, be innovative. Cash reserve, they provide a financial cushion during challenging times, enable you to take advantage of growth opportunities, and help secure assets for investment. To build strong cash reserve, you need to, one, prioritize your profit Ensure your business generate a significant profit to cover operations and reinvest in the company. We want to keep our operational costs as low as possible. We have a lot of online platforms that can help you get up there and start selling for free, and then you give them percentage. There's so many ways that you can mitigate this type of stuff. And you want to think about ensure your business to generate some type of profit, okay? Manage working capital effectively. Remember, reinvest in your business. Optimize inventory levels, payment terms, collecting to maintain healthy cash flow. Yeah, if y'all like me, I like to give things away for free. I just get a little too happy, and then it just be like, well, you just gave too many things away for free. You didn't even make a profit. Please don't move on your emotions. Again, guys, you want to make sure that you're able to create a profit, but again, give back as well. So, implement cost saving measures, regular review of expenses, and identify opportunity for cost reduction without compromising quality. Maybe you need to go to a new vendor and pick up the same product, but they have it at a discount. You want to keep a few vendors on hand. You just want to be diverse about how you acquire your product as well, because that'll help you implement cost saving measures. Okay, just as an example. Set aside funds for emergencies. Again, we already talked about 20% supposed to go straight to this pocket. This pocket is what I talked to you about. I call this pocket is our pocket. 10% towards savings, 5% towards your business, 5% towards donation, whatever. But 20% is going to go towards those commodities, and then you 80% go to your bills. But just do it right, prioritize, so you can always have at least a little bit of emergency saving fund, okay? Or something liquidatable that'll help you get out the jam. All right. Thank you for being here, guys. Diversifying your asset base. Next week, we're going to get into alternative real estate, but I'm giving you some other ideas here too. Diversification is crucial, is a crucial strategy to maintain risk I'm sorry, diversification is a crucial strategy for managing, I do apologize, risk and securing assets for investments. By spreading your investment across various classes, okay, not just properties, but maybe you want to do a little 401k, maybe you want to do a little shooby dooby, whatever works for you, little stocks and market. You can minimize the impact of the market volatility and protect your business from potential losses. That's what we're doing. And when you have these type of concepts already down packed and you talking to the lender, they like, oh, she already got some things secured. We can add more to that. He got some things secured. We can add more to that. Um, Consider diversifying your portfolio with real estate. We're going to get into that. Invest in commercial and residential real estate to ensure rental income, appreciation, and value, or you just want to hold it. Equipment, you want to buy your own equipment that you can start making your own product. I don't know how high volume it is or how much time it'll take from you, but maybe you can get one big piece of equipment that you may need and take that vendor out of your way and save some money, because it may be more how can I say, cost effective for you to do it yourself, and now you have an asset and you have something that you can write off um, with some depreciation throughout a few years on your tax return. We getting ready. We getting ready. Okay. So equipment purchase such as leasing machinery, vehicles, technologies to support the operation and improve efficiency. That's what you should be thinking about. Intellectual property. If you are a creator and you made your product and you design stuff, you want to talk to someone who does trademarks, patents, copyrights, and you want to make sure that you keep putting these under your umbrella. I promise you guys, I had someone tell me, hey, your business don't make $10,000. Why are you getting the trademark? No, because it will make more than $10,000. And I just want to start this umbrella so I could just keep putting my stuff that I create under it. Why should I have to say that to someone? But I'm telling you now, I'm giving you opposite of that encouragement. Start early. Trademark your stuff early if you're serious. That shows seriousness. That shows commitment. Okay? So remember, protect your intellectual property, protect your brand, trademark, patent, copyright, and maintain competitive edge and generate leasing revenue. But remember, while you're making up your plan and everything, one thing I was reminded of is that a non-disclosure is just amazing. Don't always share your idea with everyone. do a non-disclosure even with the people you're contracting with, okay? As far as if you have someone marketing for you and doing your emails, some non-disclosure. Yes, your product, your stuff is that important. Securities, investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds to grow your wealth and hedge against inflation. That's what we want to do. We're thinking all around the box here. I'm not a specialist in stock bonds and things like that, but I invest on my own, and you guys need to learn how to invest in your own because we are part of the market and we're going to be the changes of these market. Again, we're trying to knock off some of these big businesses out of town. Okay, we have to be competitive with big businesses as small business owners. Allegedly, we're small. We need to come in and own a little bit more. All right, implementing effective asset management and practices. Once you have acquired assets, it's essential to manage them effectively to minimize their value, to maximize, I do apologize, maximize their value and minimize their risk. Implement the following best practices for asset management. Let's go. Conduct regular audits. What I say, don't stop. Don't be afraid to go back and look at your business plan, how I started. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way. I learned a better way. Conduct regular audit, periodically review your assets to ensure that they are properly maintained, insured, and used effectively. You got to land, it got to be insured. Establish clear policies, procedures, develop guidelines for asset acquisition. What I'm going to do once a year, I'm going to go and buy my goal once a year, I want to buy tax liens, at least 4 or 5. Set that goal and you move forward to it. What is your guidelines for that? Disposable. What do I don't want to have? What do I got to get rid of? Maintenance and ensure consistency and accountability to everything you do. Very, very important, guys. Very, very important. All right. So leverage your technology, guys. Remember, technology is your friend. If you're old head, I'm considered old head. Who thought 83? Now you're talking about I'm an old head, older head, OG. We OGs to the game. All right. Yeah, we OGs. With that goes to say, leverage your technology, learn from the youth. They can teach you a lot. They have crushed it. There's also AI forward little seminars you can take to learn about it. We're past Word, we're past PowerPoint. They got some good things that you can use for marketing. You can use for whatever. Learn AI, but don't let AI learn you. You know what that means. Enhance yourself. Use it as a tool. All right, maintain adequate insurance coverage if you can for every vehicle. Well, you have to, home and vehicle, but you know what I'm saying. And find ways to circumvent it. When you put things together, you get better package deals. Protect your assets from theft, damage, or loss by carrying appropriate insurance. If you're running your business out of your home, you want to have extra insurance. Add, hey, I just got this $20,000 equipment. I got to add this to my home insurance policy because your business is outside of your home. Does that make sense? Let's think for the future. Again, very important. Reinvest profits for long-term growth. To ensure assets, to secure assets for investment, it is essential to reinvest profits back into the business. This strategy not only strengthens your asset base, but also fuels long-term growth and um, competition, okay, and your competitiveness. Consider the following reinvestment opportunity. Research and development. Allocate funds to innovativeness, product development, or process improvement ahead of the competition. Jump on it a little bit ahead of time. Okay, that's why you don't want to ignore your competition and say I don't like them. I don't. You trying to see where they at with it and how you can get a little bit better. Does that make sense? And they gonna come because this is a marathon. And again, when I tell people everybody in the marathon is in competition, but that don't mean they hate each other. They giving each other water. We sometimes they get to the point like I'm about to carry you to. We gonna carry each other through this. Okay, that's the competition I want us to learn how to have in business. It's the only way we're going to be able to make it. All right, marketing and advertising. Increase your marketing budget to expand your customer base entering new markets or launch new products. Marketing, marketing. Don't be afraid to spend money, but guys, just do wise steps. Okay, if Facebook works for you and it's working for you, use that. If that ad works for you, if Eventbrite is working for you, use Eventbrite. If it's Google Ads, whatever you find working, use that. Stay diverse and, just keep on going to evaluate the outcome of it, okay? Be diverse. Training and development, again, you always want to learn people around you. For instance, I have a gentleman that I was working with who do my email marketing, and because he was such an amazing person, and I saw his potential, and I had took some courses that gave me a whole robust catalog of email um, how to do email campaigns and stuff like that. Make a long story short, I talked to him about my brand, what I wanted, and with a non-disclosure, I gave him a lot of templates. And I said, you can use these templates for other people, but I just need you to love my product and use this and enhance yourself. And as time went on, months went on, the emails got better and better and better. And he's just such an amazing person and he did it, so don't be afraid to share the knowledge and continue to educate the people around you, okay? Because just because he have it didn't mean that I still don't have my own. So it didn't take anything away from me for me teaching him that, okay? And again, infrastructure and facility. Upgrade your infrastructure, equipment, facilities to improve efficiency, productivity, or capacity if you have to. For instance, you sell clothes and maybe you need to rent storage. And you like, hey, instead of rent storage, I'm just about to get me a little a shack in the back of my house from Home Depot for $2,000 because I'm not paying $60, $70 a month, $100 a month to store my stuff when I could just store it in my backyard and figure it out. Does that make sense? Infrastructure and facilities. Think smart, y'all. Think smart. Okay. And in conclusion with this PowerPoint, and then we're going to do a talk through. And I want to say thank you for being with us today. You have been amazing. I hope you have learned some things today. But creating a business plan that secure assets for investment requires strategic and proactive approach. Okay. By developing a clear business plan, focusing on business strong cash reserves, being innovative and creative, diversify your asset base, improve effective asset management practice. It's not working for me. I got to stop doing this. This working for me. We got to enhance it. This is re-evaluating where you're at. Reinvest your profits into your business first, guys. Have fun later. You can have fun, but that profit that you get from your business, seed it back in. You can build a resilient and prosperous enterprise that thrives in any economy if you take these simple approaches, okay? Now, I want to close off. What time is it? We still got about 15 minutes. I just want to talk through some stuff, y'all. Let's go. Okay, so unlocking growth. How strategic asset acquisition creates leverage and builds your business credibility. And that's what I want you to take from this. These assets that you're acquiring, these principles, the way you're thinking, is building your business credibility. In a dynamic world of entrepreneurship, growing into an ultimate goal, your ultimate goal, you have to scale effectively, amplify your resources, use them effectively, and build a business that not only thrives, but also earns the trust of your lender, partners, customers. The answer often lies in a powerful but overlooked strategy, and that is creating leverage through asset acquisition while simultaneously building your business and its credibility. This just is not about buying stuff, y'all. It's about being smart, intentional, invest that greatness, that great mindset into things that's going to bring you compound interest, that's going to bring you compound returns, both financially and reputable. Okay. So again, not again, but I say again, but to add on, the power of strategic asset acquisition. Consider these types of assets and their leverage potential. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a few more assets, and just to give you more ideas than just real estate. Y'all know I love real estate. Tangible assets, one, real estate, baby. Okay, own your office, own your warehouse, or retail space can stabilize costs, provide equity, and even generate rental income if you want to do sharing that space. It is a significant maker of stability, okay? Real estate. Second, machinery and equipment. Again, you don't always want to use a vendor and depend on the vendor. What will happen if they go out of business or you can't contact them? Up-to-date equipment can increase productivity, capacity, improve product quality, reduce operational costs, and open doors to new services offers because you're learning while you're creating. You may make something that you maybe never thought you could make because you actually have the equipment. Vehicles. A fleet of driver vehicles can be something that can expand your business depending on your industry. It can can allow you to reach more efficiency, while branded vehicles service as a way of mobile advertisement. hmm Inventory. While often seen as a liability, strategically managing inventory, especially for high demand products, can ensure continuous sales and customer satisfaction. For instance, on my health and wealth business, I keep waist training socks, TED socks on me and tight. But you go on my website, you have a robust amount of products you can get. But those are the things that moves faster for me, so I keep them on hand. All right. So intangible assets is the next thing you want to think about. These intangible assets to keep, again, intellectual property, patent, trademarks, copyright. It creates exclusivity in the market for you, puts you in a different position. It gives you licensing opportunity. And it also solidify your long-term value of your business. Software and technology, again, developing and acquiring different technologies that can enhance your competition edge, streamline operations is very important. Another thing that's an intangible asset, guys. Customers. Relationship. Treat people good. Be nice. Don't bring your headache to other people. Even if you have a day, lead with kindness. That's it. Because you can ruin relationships. You can ruin your next connection. So remember, customer list and data, a well-managed and segmented customer data is a list is invaluable. Maybe these customers like calendars. Maybe these like candles. I'm not going to send everybody everything on my inventory. Okay. And that's specialized marketing, target marketing that we considering now. Brand equity. This is an intangible asset. A strong, recognized brand is intangible asset. It commands loyalty and premium pricing. If you're around just by volunteering, being in the neighborhood, you create brand and they get to know you. They know you're not going anywhere. Things like that helps increase your brand equity. Okay. Volunteering, being places, going to trade shows, those type of things. So these things create leverage by reducing the reliance just on one external thing, on one external approach. You increasing the output of your products by using different assets as equipment. Again, opening opportunity to a new market or maybe something new for you to create. Building a credible business is essential to the foundations of success. Okay. While building a credible business, this is what becomes paramount is credibility, accountability. This is what's paramount. Part of this, building a wealthy business, is credibility, liability. Access to the capitals that you need is the next part. Because once you are credible, liable, people will invest in you.